All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. We may have a couple people come in late, but I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I want to make sure we get it through everything. So thank you very much for taking the time to go through the demo. My name is Brad Barrish. I do this demo each and every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So if you want to have others come and join, that's totally fine. I also record these demos, so the demo will be posted on all the usual spots, including our website today or tomorrow. So if you don't want to embarrass yourself, please keep quiet. No, so the purpose of the demo is really to take people through the Topspin application, show you a bunch of sites that are actually using all of the tools, and then talk about the actual Topspin application itself, about the data that Topspin collects, helps you collect as an artist, and all the other magical things that we do. Just to give you a little bit of background on the company, we started the company about 3 years ago, and it was co-founded by Shamal Ranasinghe and a guy called Peter Gocher. And Peter was the founder of DigiDesign and created Pro Tools. And the reason I bring that up is simply because, in much the same way that Pro Tools was this democratizing technology platform for the recording business, we're taking a fairly similar and analogous approach to the direct-to-consumer business, particularly as it relates to music, although we do have filmmakers, book publishers, even a couple of NFL teams using Topspin. So there's a whole host of ways that it can be utilized. Certainly different entertainment verticals can use the tools for various things. Before I get to the sites that are utilizing the Topspin tools, I wanted to give you a really quick overview of the Topspin application just to provide a little bit of context to what I'm going to be talking about. When you first log into the Topspin application, you're going to see your artist name up at the top. You're going to see the plan that you're currently on. We have 3 different plans, and I'll talk about those towards the end of the demo. You're going to be able to choose an artist. If you're a business user, you can actually create artist accounts under one single login, so that's really handy. And then if you want to upgrade your plan, you can do that from here. You've got settings where you can set up everything from your avatar that's going to show up in offers to setting up your financial contact information, fulfillment, that sort of thing. Help and feedback if you need help or want to provide feedback. When you first log in, you're going to see the dashboard view, and it's going to give you an overview of what's happening. You're going to see some marketing and sales data here. You'll see sales reports and monthly statements that are available in the application itself. If we go over to products, products is really the central repository of assets that you're going to have. So you can think of this as kind of your warehouse for both physical and digital goods. If you have digital assets, you can simply upload them into the application, and then you can create products ranging from digital media files all the way to include tickets, memberships, and digital packages. Once you're ready to start promoting offers and promoting your band, you would simply click on Promote, and this tab is going to be where you're going to start all of your promotion. This is going to be where you're going to create email for media widgets to collect emails in exchange for some piece of content. We have streaming players, redemption codes, download links for emails, and then of course you can email from within the application itself and send out tweets directly from the application as well. Once you're ready to start actually selling things, you're going to come over to the Sell tab. And here's where you're going to be able to create offers. And this could be a buy button. You can actually set up a store. So we actually have a store builder as part of the Topspin application now. So you can create a store very easily without any knowledge of HTML. And it's going to be using all of the assets that you upload into the Topspin system to do that. So let's see. I don't know why these. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get a couple people on mute here. Let's see. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm getting some feedback. I don't know who I'm getting that from. Let's see. Well, hopefully, if you're on a headset, please do make sure you mute your microphone and don't unmute yourself during the demo. That would be great. Just want to make sure that everybody's able to to kind of enjoy the demo. Anyway, so the store builder is basically your ability to create a store on the fly with the assets and the offers. Wow, getting a lot of feedback. Sorry about that, guys. I can't seem to figure out who is actually feeding back because everybody seems to be on mute. But I don't know. Hopefully we can get through this without any more feedback. But once you're ready to start looking at your fans that are in your database, this is going to be where you're going to see who all of your fans are. You're going to be able to slice and dice your fan base by any number of different criteria, ranging from sales to influencer score, which is going to be some demographic information, age. If you wanted to select a particular region, you come in here, you click California, and then click on Los Angeles, and it's going to give you a view of all of your fans in Los Angeles. And again, I'm going to go deeper into this stuff later on in the demo, but at least wanted to start here and kind of show you how it all works. If you have a fan base, you can import fans. If we go over to fulfillment, this is going to basically be where you're going to excuse me, be able to set up your fulfillment settings. There are basically 3 different ways we can do fulfillment. We have an integrated solution. You can do it yourself, and then you can also work with any of our partners that we have throughout the world as well. So that's the basic overview of Topspin, the application. And now I figure we'll just go ahead and get started with showing you some of the artists that are using the Topspin tools and kind of how they're using it. So typically when a campaign starts, before anything is actually sold, there's a period of fan acquisition. And the reason is that typically when you put something up for sale without actually having a list of fans to actually tell about it, then you end up with a lot of disappointment in terms of things not being sold through as quickly as you probably would have liked. And we found over and over again that there's actually a lot of value in doing as long of a period as possible of fan acquisition. We've seen fan acquisition last anywhere from 10 months in the case of the Pixies, all the way to at least a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks at a minimum. And the reason for that is, again, that you want to make sure that you have an active list of fans to whom that you're going to be offering, making these offers to. So even when a very high-profile artist like Paul McCartney comes to us with hundreds of thousands of emails, we still wanted to do a period of fan acquisition. And what we found is that if we look across all of the people that are purchasing from artists that are on the Topspin platform, upwards of 80 to 90% of those people that are purchasing were acquired by Topspin tools most recently. So the people that are acquired most recently are actually the ones that are going to go on to purchase, and so we offer some tools to be able to capture that fan information. Gomez, this is a band that we just started working with in the last week. They're in their fan acquisition phase. We're going to be doing an album pre-order with them in the next month, but they're actually offering a free download of their song Options. So if we click on this, it's going to load an email for media widget. And the way that the email for media widget works is the fan puts in their email address, they click submit, they get a confirmation email sent to them, they click on confirm and download link in that email, and at the time we're also capturing geo information. So you're able to find out who the person is and where they are, basically for the price of giving away a song. And I'll tell you that your fan email is definitely a lot more valuable than a 99-cent download, of which you're only seeing a fraction of anyway. So giving it away as opposed to trying to sell a 99-cent download is definitely the way to go. There's sharing capabilities built into all of the widgets that we have and all the tools. So if I wanted to share this very quickly on Facebook, Twitter, or MySpace, or even copy the embed code and share it on my Tumblr, I could very easily do that from here, and I'll show you how easy it is. I'll go ahead and click on Facebook Share. I'm going to click on, I'm going to just say, hey, Gomez fans. I'm going to click Share, and then if I open up my Facebook and go to my wall, what you're able to see here is that the email for media widget is now showing up directly on my Facebook wall. Super hyper efficient. I was able to share that very quickly and easily, and no matter where this widget lives, all those emails are going to be going into the artist accounts, which is really cool. Another band that we've been working with for some time, My Morning Jacket, they're in the process of actually building up to their Circuital release, which is coming out next month. And what they've been doing is they've actually been releasing a new live track each and every week, and then emailing the people that they actually already have on their list, emailing them links to those tracks so they don't have to re-put in their email address and re-download and things like that. They're making it super easy. And they've built up their fan base quite a bit over the last few weeks since we started this. Same kind of thing, as you can see. Put in your email address, click submit. All the sharing capabilities are here as well. One of the other things that we talk about is the importance of utilizing the tools like our Email for Media widget when you're doing marketing and publicity outreach. And the bonus of that is that you end up in situations where the Email for Media widget can actually show up in the body of articles. This is a LA Times article on the band Dum Dum Girls, who are signed to Sub Pop. They did an article on them, and as you can see in the body of the article is their Email for Media widget. And that was really because Sub Pop did a great job on the outreach, on the publicity side and the marketing side, making sure that when they were doing outreach, when they were doing solicitation for album reviews or article pickup or whatever, they were supplying those people with the embed code for an Email for Media widget saying, hey, here's a great way, an efficient way for fans to get a free track. It really helps us out because we're collecting emails in the process, and people are really into helping out the artists do that. Even sites like Pitchfork, we see all the time utilizing the Topspin tools. This is an article that they wrote on the new TV on the Radio album coming out, and as you can see in the body of the article, here is their Email for Media widget, which you can see below. And just funny enough, there's actually another Email for Media widget on this page from Prefuse 73, another implementation of that. This actually has a streaming player attached to it, which you can do. All the widgets are very customizable. They do have an out-of-the-box look and feel, but if you're a developer or working with a developer, you can actually make the widget look like whatever you want, and kind of get rid of that Topspin look and feel that is probably familiar to any of you who have seen the widgets out in the wild. Another thing to talk about is the ability to use the promotional tools directly on Facebook. This is actually a great example. The artist Brett Detter, who we've worked with for quite a while, he's actually gated it behind a like, and once you like it, you're able to get a free album download. He's actually giving away his entire album for free, but also selling his album at the same time. He's come up with some really great offers. So this is a really nice implementation of utilizing the tools directly on Facebook, which also work on the commerce side, and I'll show you that in just a couple of minutes here. Speaking of commerce, one of the main purpose of Topspin is to really serve as a way for artists to have the ability to sell physical and digital goods directly to their fans, directly from their website. Typically, when you go to an artist site and you click on a store tab, you're being taken outside of the artist domain, oftentimes to a completely different URL with a completely different look and feel, and oftentimes that ends up with a lot of shopping cart abandonment. And so what we've really done is made it possible to sell directly from an artist site without leaving the artist site, and you're in the ability to create offers both on the physical and digital goods side that use one unified shopping cart, so that you can sell music, you can sell merch, you can sell tickets, you can sell fan club memberships, and really anything that you possibly can basically think up or upload to a server, you can sell through Topspin. Still getting a lot of feedback. It's so weird. Sorry about that. If you're using a headset or anything, if you could please mute your microphone, that would really be great, just so everybody can kind of hear very well. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, anything that you can describe or upload is basically you can sell through Topspin. This is a band, Malajube, who has put up a really nice looking site. As you can see, it doesn't look anything like any of the Topspin widgets until you scroll down here and you see their Email for Media widget. But all these buy buttons and everything are all customized. And when you click on one of the buy buttons, the entire purchase flow is actually going to happen directly on the artist's site. Ooh, it looks like they have something weird going on. So you can select the audio format. We actually support from 320 kilobit MP3s all the way up to source audio. They've actually made all those choices available to their fans. So I'd simply click how I want that delivered, click continue. It's going to give me a typical shopping cart as soon as it loads here. Looks like we're having a... No, we're going to try this on a different site. It doesn't look like Malajube has kind of... Looks like I'm getting some errors that's probably due to their implementation. So we're going to go over to Steve Martin, a banjo player who you may have heard of. Click over to his store. He's got various offers ranging from $49.99 on the high end all the way to $9.99 if you just want the digital download. So if we click on Buy Now, the entire purchase flow again is going to happen on his site. In this case, I'm going to choose a t-shirt size. Click Continue. It's going to give me a typical shopping cart. As I was trying to explain before, I can delete this, I can change quantities if I want to, and once I'm ready to check out, I put in my email address here. We do have gifting capabilities, so if you want to actually gift this to anybody, you can just simply check this box and tell the system who you want to send it to. I'm gonna be selfish and get this for myself. I'm gonna click Continue. And once I'm ready to put in my shipping address and my billing address, I'm done. So it's a very streamlined shopping cart, all happening on the artist site. As you can see, we're still on stevemartin.com here, and once I'm ready to check out, I can do that directly from here. Steve Martin is a really, really nice site. This is his album pre-order. As you saw when we started, he's got an email for Media Widget. He's doing fan acquisition actually at the same time, but front and center on his website. He's doing that. Really, really nice looking store too. He's done a great job. This is a store for Linda Perry's new project called Deep Dark Robot, and she's put together a really cool looking site with a design company that we work with called Uprising. As you can see, she's got multiple offers, different price points, kind of covering all types of fans, and that's really it's really one of the main points of utilizing Topspin, is that you're not just selling the high-end digital physical goods, but you're also selling, you're not leaving money on the table by not offering a digital download or a CD offer or something like that, that you really are covering every type of fan that's out there, whether it's a casual fan or a diehard fan. You've kind of got something for everybody. This is actually a film project called Broke, and it's a film about music that's utilizing Topspin. So if you actually they're actually selling the soundtrack LP through Topspin. So if we go to store here, right? So this is where you can actually buy the album if you want to for $7. You can buy a T-shirt, and again, this is all through Topspin. So as soon as I click one of those buy buttons, you're going to be able to make your T-shirt selection there, which is very cool. One of the other things that we allow for is the selling of tickets, and it's something that I talked about very briefly in the beginning, but the way that it works on Topspin is typically an artist will have a 10% allotment that they can sell direct to consumer, and so we take that 10% and make it available to be bundled with other physical and digital goods directly from an artist's website. So in this case, this is a campaign that just recently went up just right before South by Southwest for Cage the Elephant and Manchester Orchestra. They've actually put together two packages each, one package actually containing both of the albums, and then an album from each of the bands plus a ticket. So they were not only able to offer music bundled with tickets, but they're able to capture the fan information, which is very, very important, because then they can go back and remarket to those people after the concert's over, let them know about upcoming events, album pre-orders, additional ticket pre-orders, and that sort of thing. But they're also raising the margin on their tickets, so they're able to sell those directly to their fans, establish that relationship with their fans, so that fans know that when they come directly to an artist, that they can get something cool and special. And as you can see on each of these, there's a nice little mouse over where it tells you what you're getting for each of the packages, which are displayed up here. Really nice look and feel. This was done by our friends Eyes and Ears Entertainment out of Chicago, and I'll talk a little bit about the ecosystem partners that we have and kind of how we work with people. But this is a really nice implementation, and as you can see, they've started to sell out of some stuff along the way, and still have some tickets left to sell. So typically the way that it works again is that we're taking the 10% allotment that you have, making that available with other physical and digital goods, and then we actually, if there is an opportunity to do a pre-sale before the public on sale, and we can do an exclusive pre-sale on an artist's website, we've got a nice sizable tour that we can do. We as Topspin will actually evaluate the opportunity, and in a lot of cases we will actually do all the heavy lifting for you. So we'll deal directly with your agent, we'll deal with all the promoters to secure the holds, and we will put up a really nice looking page similar to this for you, and we actually pay the promoters directly, so that as a manager you don't have to worry about doing all the heavy lifting. We're going to do that all for you in conjunction with you as the artist, manager, and if a label's involved, we certainly work directly and very nicely with all the majors and a whole host of indies. So and the other opportunity that you have is that you can do it all yourself. So we actually have worked with, in a few instances, with artists like Pixies or Band of Horses, who actually rented out an entire venue themselves and sold all the tickets direct to consumer. We have an iPhone ticket scanner application that's available in the iTunes App Store that you can download for free, and you can use that directly with the Topspin application to create tickets on your own and then be able to check people in as they enter through the door. So if you wanted to play a house party or invite people over to your bedroom for a nice panel discussion on the future of music, you could certainly do that with Topspin and create those tickets directly within the application and scan people in with your iPhone. One of the other things that we allow people to do, as I kind of briefly talked about in the beginning, is we have a store builder that's part of the Topspin application now. So whether you know HTML or not is completely unimportant. You can create offers, create a nice looking page like this one that you see here for Jim Noir with our store builder application. So this is actually built with our store builder, so there's some sort of a featured item here. You've got different tabs going to different types of products. If we scroll down here, you're going to see various offers, and these, again, this was all built in less than an hour with our store builder page, with our store builder functionality in the application, rather. And then finally, one of the other things that you can do is actually launch stores on Facebook. This is a store for the band Linkin Park, a small band you may have heard of before. They have some welcome text. They have a featured item here. If we click on store, you're going to see all of their all the products that they have available. And if I wanted to purchase something, I simply click the buy button, and the entire purchase flow actually happens directly within the Facebook environment, which is very nice as well. And then finally, before we get into the back end of Topspin, I wanted to talk about our membership product as well. So membership, the membership product and functionality basically allows you to create a membership or some sort of a fan club if you want to. In the case of Jim Noir, he's actually created a club where people pay £2.99 a month, and in return they're able to download everything he releases each month. And so the way that this is implemented with Topspin is that we don't require fans to create yet another username and password that they have to remember in order to join the fan club. We're actually using a technology called Jan Rain, and Jan Rain basically allows you to use common social networking IDs, email addresses, etc., to actually authenticate and tell the system you are who you say you are. So in the case of Jim Noir, I'm a member of the Jim Noir Club. I'm going to click download to actually get this particular product. And what's going to happen initially is I'm going to be upsold. Well, first I'm going to be asked to log in. So if I'm actually a card-carrying member of the Noir Club, I'm able to log in from here. And if I'm not, it's going to actually allow me to join the club and is asking me to subscribe. Well, I'm already a member, so I'm going to click login. And when I created my membership, I actually created it using Twitter. So I'm going to log in using Twitter. Click on the Twitter button here. Put in my Twitter handle. Put in my password. Click sign in. So then it's going to authenticate me, tell me I am who I say I am. and apparently I'm not a member as I thought I was. So it's telling me that you don't have access to this product. Try again, which allows me to re-log in if I have that membership. And likewise, Lincoln Park has made it possible to do the same thing. I would say that they have created the most complex and largest implementation of the membership product that we've dealt with thus far. And what they did was they came up with a multi-tiered fan club, excuse me, with 3 different levels of membership. You'd get 1 level of membership if you purchase their annual membership pass, and that was at $60 a year. They had a $10 membership pass that was monthly, $10 per month, that you could also purchase. And then anyone who purchased anything directly from the band got another level of membership. So we're 3 levels of membership. And where that came in handy is that when they announced their North American tour, they actually gated the pre-sale of those tickets for their North American tour behind each one of those levels of access. So in other words, if you had purchased an annual online membership for their LP Underground at $60 a year, you got first day access to their ticket pre-sale when they announced their North American tour. And these were pretty big arenas. They had put all of the best seats on hold in the arena, and so even in a situation where there's a secondary market where scalpers are wanting to buy those tickets, the scalpers had to pay Lincoln Park $60 just to get access to those tickets first day. And plus, it went even further to guarantee that the fans were the ones that actually got those tickets. There were, gone are the days of using, the codes that companies like Ticketmaster send out that leak out to everybody, and that pretty much guarantees that the fans themselves don't actually get to buy those tickets. So this is actually a mechanism by which a fan can authenticate who they are and then buy those tickets, and you can set quantity restrictions. So you could restrict the quantity to a pair, for instance, on the ticketing, and you would actually have to pay for an additional membership to get any more tickets than 2. So you can't really game the system. It's again, a nice way to guarantee that the tickets get into fans' hands. And if you're a huge artist like Lincoln Park, it's a really great way to take care of your fans. And I don't think anybody takes care of their fans, quite honestly, better than Lincoln Park does. So with these each levels of membership, they have gated chats. They've got exclusive community activities where the band will actually put on a conference in an area of the world, and fans will travel from all over different areas to hang out with the band for a day or two. The band sits around, they answer questions, they sign stuff, that sort of thing. They've really done a great job of actually engaging with their fans. So I think that's pretty much it for kind of the functionality on the front end and how everything works. One thing I will mention before we get into the back end is that we have on our website, which you can go to at any time, is we have a page that lists the integration points to tell you how to actually integrate Topspin using everything from different hosting sites like StageBlock, Verb, Bandzoogle, and Ning, or you can download the plugins that we have for Drupal and WordPress. We've also got one that's in development right now for Expression Engine, another very common and great CMS. So there are a bunch of different ways that you can build stores with Topspin. You can easily use our store builder, or if you're actually building out a custom site, you can use any of the plugins that we have to do that. So I would definitely encourage you guys to check out the website, check out this integration page, and get some instructions on doing that. So if we log into the back end, again, we're going to start with the dashboard, and this is really where you're going to kind of see a 30,000-foot view of what's happening with your overall campaign. You're able to see the current date, previous date, and the last week. You can view a full report from within this application, so you can go back to look at an overview all the way to the last year. You can look at product and offer, so you can see, let's switch to last year, so you can see which offers were actually selling the most. You can see total numbers here, percentage of overall sales, for instance, and get some really detailed information. You can also download monthly statements. So from within the application, the monthly statements are available in a zip file. You're going to download that zip file. You're going to see some complex, detailed CSVs, and you're also going to see a really easy to read PDF. We've actually taken a lot of the feedback that we've gotten from our clients and made the accounting statements very, very easy to understand, very easy to read. Almost probably about 3 weeks ago, they looked like Excel spreadsheets. Even the PDF did. And we again took the feedback from our clients and really made it easy to read, easy to understand. So we definitely take a lot of the feedback from our clients that really we integrate into the application, everything from the accounting statements all the way to the functionality of the application itself. We go back to summary and come down below the information. This is where you're going to be able to see the marketing and sales data that Topspin is collecting, everything from email acquisition to sales and plays and how those all correlate together. And you can obviously change the date range here and see what's happening with your overall campaign. And you can look at those correlations between sales and plays, and if you're doing things right, you end up with graphics that look like this, where you see an almost one-to-one correlation with plays and sales. So this is telling me that my buddy Bob, whose account we're looking at right now, has run a really great campaign, is offering fans the ability to look at and view or listen to music and also purchase something at the same time. If we go over to products, product is really where it all begins. This is where you're going to have all of the assets that you're going to be bundling together, be they physical or digital goods. If you're uploading digital goods into it, you would just simply click into the upload section of the application, and you would add files. It'll scan your hard drive. You'll get to navigate your hard drive and choose files to upload. And as I showed you before, there's all different types of assets in the system. So let's just say that I wanted to create a merchandise product. I'm going to create a T-shirt, for instance. So I'm going to come in here, and I know we've got the Spinto Band on, so I'm going to create a Spinto Band T-shirt. And this is going to be available in small, medium, large, and extra large. It's only going to be available in blue. And I can set a UPC code if I have it. We transact in multiple foreign currencies, so you can transact in everything from Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, euro, British pound, Japanese yen, and US dollar. We're going to do this in US dollar. The wholesale cost on this T-shirt is $5. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save here. And from here, I'm actually able to, I know that my buddy Bob is actually set up. He's got the integrated fulfillment, so he's not fulfilling himself, so I'm not going to actually be able to change any of these quantities. But if I were fulfilling myself, I would be able to change the in-stock quantities, reserved quantities. I would be able to set an individual factory SKU or UPC for every gender, size, and color combination. And then once I'm ready to go, I just simply click Save this panel. But if we go back to Summary, you're going to see that the Spinto Band T-shirt is now available to be bundled. And if I wanted to create a bundle to be sold, I simply go into Package here. And I'm going to go ahead and create a Spinto Band Deluxe Bundle. So I've got a bunch of assets in here that I'm going to be using. I've got, let's see, merchandise. I've got obviously the T-shirt that I created. So I'm going to add that to the package. Under audio tracks, I've actually got a bunch of songs. So when somebody buys this package, they're going to get 4 of these extra digital tracks here. So I'm going to add those to the package as well. And then maybe I filmed a couple of videos, so I'm going to grab the videos that I filmed and include a couple of those videos as well. So as you can see, you can very easily and quickly add products to it. I'm going to go ahead and save this package, and we'll actually come back to it in just a few minutes. But here again is where I can set the currency, the wholesale price, MSRP. I'm going to actually do that at the buy button level, which I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. So really the idea that square one is the promotion period, really where you're going to do some email acquisition, you're going to collect information on fans, make sure that you have fans to actually tell about the album pre-sale that you've got coming up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to create an email for media widget to start collecting emails. So I'm going to do a free download from the Spinto band, and it's going to say free download from the Spinto, oops, and I can say, I can change this to say download now. I can change the size and the color. I can even put in promotional text, decide what it's going to say when fans get this. I can decide distribution options. We have a public offers API, and it's going to basically allow for it to go through that. I can allow sharing, turn sharing on and off. If I want to require fans to enter a birth date, I can certainly do that from here. If you're concerned about COPPA compliance and collecting emails for people under the age of 13, you can turn that on and off. And in this case, I'm going to give away an audio track. I'm going to choose an audio track from that catalog, the products area we were just in. So I'll choose a track. I can decide how I want to give that away. Everything again from high quality MP3 at 320 kilobits all the way to source audio. So if fidelity is important, you can certainly add that. And then I've got some product artwork that I have. We'll just say that's a picture of Spinto band, but I know it's not. And then I click publish, and I'm done. So here's the embed code for that widget that you can send out when you're doing marketing and publicity outreach. You can put it on your website, and you're off and running, collecting emails in exchange for that free download. So if we go back to summary and we look at email for media, we go into one of the email for media campaigns that my buddy Bob, has already done, and look at the data itself. You're going to see the total number of views on that widget, how many clicks it received, total number of new email subscribers, and if we scroll down to the bottom here, it's going to show you all the URLs where this widget is actually embedded, and I can sort it by percentage of total views. And this really puts you in a position to know which sites are actually driving the most amount of fan acquisition for you. Man, I don't know where that is coming from. If you've got your microphone on, if you could please turn it off, that would be great, just so everybody doesn't have to listen to the phone ringing. Sorry about that. Wow, that is really... I have no idea who that is. I honestly can't even see who's making all the noise. So sorry about that. Anyway, so you can see who's driving the most amount of fan acquisition for you. And this really puts you in a position to know and make key marketing, advertising, and promotional decisions based on the actual data itself, not based on hunches and assumptions about your audience. And typically, I hope the thing that you're kind of taking away here is that because of the strength of the holistic approach that Topspin takes, you don't have to deal with a bunch of different technologies that don't talk to one another. You really can use a unified solution that allows you to see a relationship between the products that you're promoting, giving away, people that are then purchasing, those customers, what they're purchasing, and when we get into the fans section, I think you'll kind of see this connection even further. But again, the whole idea is that we're taking a holistic approach to marketing, commerce, and fan management, so that you don't have to worry about exporting data from one application into another using a Frankenstein kind of fragmented approach. That you really are using this unified approach and holistic approach that we offer to our customers. So if we go back to the summary page, again, you're going to be able to see all the different types of products that you're able to use for promotion. We've got Facebook for media, streaming players, which allow you to stream media and drive people to a particular offer. Single track players, redemption codes, which you can use. If maybe you're working with a company like Drop Cards and you want to use a Topspin redemption code on those drop cards to allow people to download the digital files along with that are being bundled with a physical good, maybe on the road or something like that. You can do that. Download links, which are really nice for when you're doing emails. You can actually create emails, which I'll show you in just a few minutes here, and tweet out from here as well. So once you've got once you're doing your fan acquisition with an email for media widget or any of the other tools, you're ready to start selling because you have an audience of people to actually tell that you've got something for sale. Then you come over to the Sell tab, and this is where you're able to create a new offer. So I'm going to actually create a buy button for the offer that we created in the beginning. So this is going to be a deluxe Spinto Band deluxe package, and I'm going to say buy now. This is going to be a t-shirt plus video, plus music. And we're going to choose a product here. This is going to be a package. So we've created a package in the system, and there we have the Spinto Band Deluxe package. It's going to automatically know that there's video and audio in the system, so I'm able to decide what formats are available to my fans. So I can do that very easily from within here. Maybe include source audio, Apple lossless in there. I can associate a streaming player with this offer if I want to. I can set up a pre-order configuration. So the pre-order configuration is really nice. So let's just say that you're ready to do an album pre-order. You can actually set a delivery date from within the application here. So I'm going to set this delivery date for the 25th of April, and I can set up the street date product. So on street date, what are people actually going to get? I've created another product, and I'm going to choose that product from within here. And then I've also got the opportunity to create an instant gratification product. So if I want to tie people over until that street date, maybe I've got a few extra tracks that I'm throwing in to thank my fans directly for coming to me directly to purchase something. You can actually configure that instant gratification product from within here too. This isn't going to be a pre-order, but I just wanted to show you that particular functionality. And I'm going to price this this deluxe package at $49.99. It's going to give you a price breakdown and tell you how all the fees are being divvied up. And I'll talk a little bit about our how we make money towards the end of the demo, but it will give you a calculator that will show you all the costs, and it will not allow you to create offers where you're going to be in the red when you're creating those buy buttons. You can restrict quantities from here, so you can the maximum purchase quantity is actually set at 8 by default. But if you wanted to, if you wanted to restrict the quantities even further, you could do that from here as well. You can even limit the accepted methods of payment. If you wanted to maybe do something with an Amex or some other sponsor, you could certainly do that from within here. And also you can restrict geographic purchasing regions. So if you wanted to only make this offer available to North America and the United Kingdom, you can do that. Let's see. And then if you wanted to actually gate this product behind a membership product or VIP product of some sort, this is where you configure that. So if you had a VIP product, you would actually be able to gate it behind there, set cross-sell messaging, and then even below here you're able to set up some post-sell messaging as well. You're going to see a preview of your buy button, and then when you're ready you just click publish and the buy button is going to be done. We do report directly to SoundScan, which is really nice. We also report digitally to OCC out of the UK. So if those are important points to you, those are definitely things that we can do through Topspin. Those are only offered through the enterprise plan, and I'll get to the plans in just a couple of minutes. And let's see, one of the cool things is that in terms of SoundScan reporting, if you were to sell, let's just say, a digital good and a physical good together, and you priced it accordingly, you could actually scan twice for each of those, and even if you put vinyl, CD, and digital together, you could even scan 3 times. So if you're talking about an album pre-sale bundled with a ticket pre-sale or something like that, you can understand how it gets pretty interesting from a SoundScan perspective, and also in terms of being able to help with first week SoundScan numbers. I can tell you in a couple of cases, we've had artists that, for all intents and purposes, would have had a number 2 record if it weren't for their Topspin campaign, and because of their Topspin campaign, they were able to have a number 1 record. So you can look at the case studies that we filmed at South by Southwest. We did one with Linkin Park, one with Decemberists, one with Civil Wars. Jason Feinberg and I Jason Feinberg from Concord, and I also presented a case study on Concord Records. So there's a bunch of really cool case studies that we have available, I think, on our Justin TV site and available on our website as well, that you should check out if you're interested in learning more about that. Once we are collecting fan information, we're selling things, then we want to be able to look at who our fans actually are. And that's when we're going to come over to the Fans tab. So in the Fans tab, again, you're able to see a really nice picture of who all of your fans are. I want to look at all the data, and you can actually slice and dice your fans by any number of different criteria. One of the common things that people will do is actually sort their entire fan base based on sales. So I click on the sales column, give it a few seconds here to refresh, and now I'm looking at my entire fan base in descending order based on how much money they've spent with me. So from here, what I can do is I can actually take all of my fans that have spent $60 or more with me, and I can actually add a tag to those people and call these people my biggest spenders. So I'm going to add a new tag, and I'm going to call these people biggest spenders. And once I add a tag to those people, I'm going to click Save Tag, and then that tag is going to show up here on the left-hand column. And as you can see, Bob has actually sliced and diced his fans by a number of different ways. And we've got biggest spenders down here. I'm going to click on biggest spenders at any given time. And if I want to, I can select all rows on this page, click send, and now I'm sending an email blast out to just those people. So I can send an email blast out with a subject line that says thanks. And I can create the message from within here. If I've got some HTML code, I can paste it in, send myself a preview email to make sure it looks okay, and click send. One of the things to talk about is the importance of doing very simple emails. What we find, generally speaking, across the board, is that the emails that work the best are the emails that look like an email from your buddy. And what I mean by that is black text on a white background with maybe a single call to action, and if you're feeling really fancy, maybe one graphic. And the other thing to think about is also how you're going to, what words, phrase, or whatever you're going to use for the subject line. And it pays to be a little bit cryptic. And you don't need to be super cryptic about it, but instead of saying, hey, our new album is available, maybe you say, it's Tuesday. Something like that is going to cause somebody to open it. And we actually see much, much higher open rate and click-through rates when people simplify the emails, when they don't have overtly marketing kind of messages, graphic heavy newsletter kind of format. It really is, the more simple you are and the more it feels like it's from the artist's voice, the more successful your email campaign is going to be. I'm actually going to show you, it's worth showing you this. I'm going to go into my personal Gmail account here, and I actually received an email from Brett Detter. Let's see if I can find this really quick. I probably should have shown you this before, but okay. So this is his latest email that I received from him, and it just says a big thank you, a video, and more. So I feel like that's good enough that he's actually created a really nice email. And as you can see here, this is the format of the email. Basically, as I said, he was feeling pretty fancy, so he actually added a couple of graphics. But this is all in Brett's voice. He actually wrote all this out. He's encouraging fans to share the album with friends because he has the free album that he's giving away. He has a nice picture of the vinyl, which, by the way, is gorgeous in person as well. And this is all, in his voice. It's from him. And he actually had a great response from this email. And it was a really nice example. I actually emailed him directly and told him what a great job I thought he did, because he truly did a nice job and kind of followed all the best practices. And as a result, saw some really nice results, saw some really nice feedback and results from it as well. So if we go back to the fan section again, I can slice and dice my fan base however I want. If I wanted to do a certain region, I'm going to choose California and then choose Los Angeles. Oops, I didn't mean to do Merced. Let's try Los Angeles, sorry. Only one fan in Merced. If I click on, maybe it didn't refresh this time. Sorry about that. A little too quick on the draw. Los Angeles, let's try that. There we go, 216 fans. And if I wanted to quickly send an email blast out to those people, I can do that directly from within here. Or I can actually go to the Promote tab, and if I wanted to just start an email, I would simply click on New Offer, click Email, and I could actually do it from here. So what I can do is from here I can go Smart Group, No, maybe not. Let's see here. Try this again. There we go. We'll do a region, and then we'll do Austin, Texas, since I was just at South by Southwest, which some of you may also have been at. Let's see, Austin. And if I wanted to add everybody from Austin, I do that from here. It added 43 emails. I can actually exclude people if I want to. I could do it by postal code. You can do radius of a postal code. So if we go back to the fan area, I can do it within 90210. There we go. And a radius of 50 miles. So it's going to give me some information. There's 187 fans. Maybe I want to email fans that had purchased something in particular. So if I can go in here and say purchasers of a particular offer, maybe I've got a lower priced offer and I want to upsell them on my deluxe package because I've got some of those limited edition deluxe packages left. So I can go in, click to view all of the people that had purchased this particular product and send them an email upselling them on that. So I can also target fans by influencer code. And just to talk a little bit about some of the other data aside from what Topspin is actually collecting, there's a couple of companies that we work with. One of those companies is Next Big Sound, and another company is called Rapleaf. And Rapleaf is responsible for actually these influencer codes that you see here, the age and the gender. And what Rapleaf does is it collects public information on people all over the world and is actually able to come up with an influencer score based on some algorithm that they have that includes information about how many Twitter followers they have, how many friends on MySpace they have, how many friends on Facebook they have. Those types of statistics go into the actual influencer score that you see here. And if we click on audience profiles within the fan section, you're going to see some information that is being driven by Rapleaf. So it's not going to equal 100% because, quite honestly, it's not going to have 100% coverage on every single one of your fans. But what it is going to be able to tell you is how the gender breakdown looks, and attaching a dollar amount to that. What the age range looks like. You can actually sort this by age range. So if I wanted to look at sales in descending order based on what age range these are falling into, I can do that from here. It's going to show you interests of your fans. So you're going to be able to look at where people are, of the people that are spending money, what are they most interested in? And it's going to list those interests here. This is all, again, being pulled in from Rapleaf. It's going to show you a country breakdown, and then it's going to show you your overall, breakdown on the influencer scores and which people, the higher the influencer, are those the people that are purchasing from you, for instance. The other company that we're working with is a company called Next Big Sound. And Next Big Sound is actually a really, really great product. I don't know if you know anything about it. If you don't, I highly recommend you check it out. And they basically collect information on social media metrics. So I could overlay iLike data with Facebook data. I could look at Last.fm data overlaid for my particular artist and see week over week what that change is. I can actually compare artists. So if I wanted to compare, in this case, Jessica Lee Mayfield, they do not have to be customers of Topspin in order to do this. This is independent of Topspin, so I could compare two artists together and see what their overall social networking profile looks like. And if I wanted to drill down into each one of these bands, I could do that from here and look at week over week what the change is for their fans. On its own, this is not really terribly meaningful, but in the context of a Topspin campaign where you're looking at how your campaign is actually affecting all the other touch points online, it can become very valuable. They do have a Premiere product that is awesome. I highly recommend you at least check it out. When they did a demo for me, it was literally mind-blowing and jaw-dropping. I was pretty blown away. And coming up in the not-too-distant future, right now what we're doing is pulling in Next Big Sound data, but we're actually going to be pushing Topspin data to Next Big Sound in the not too distant future. So you're going to actually be able to see data from Topspin being overlaid with the Next Big Sound information, which is really cool. And then also you're able to see fan-generated content that we're pulling into the Topspin application from here. So you're able to see recent blog posts, recent Flickr photos that are tagged your artist, recent tweets that may include a particular search term that you, by default, is going to be the artist account. So all that information is flowing in, and you're able to see, again, how the campaign that you're running is actually affecting all of these other artist touch points. So then if we go into fulfillment, this is going to be where you're going to configure your fulfillment. By default, when you create a Topspin account, you're going to have the Topspin integrated fulfillment. So you would simply drop ship your finished goods to our warehouse. We would handle all the fulfillment for you. It comes at no additional cost. There are some small, no additional fee rather. There are some small costs associated with it. It's going to be around a nickel per item to receive, and $15 per pallet per month. I think is the cost on the storage. So if you're going to store things in our warehouse, we're going to need to cover some of those costs, and that basically is just enough to protect us from somebody drop shipping a bunch of stuff to us and then never selling through it. So the costs are very minimal. Again, all of that is built into the Topspin fee, and I might as well go right into the Topspin fees and how they work. So Topspin makes their money by taking a cut of each transaction that comes through the system, and it's a flat 15% on everything but tickets. The only other fees that are associated with that are for credit card processing. Credit card processing is 2.2% plus 30 cents a transaction, and that's a straight pass-through cost. Those are our costs that we're passing directly on to you as a client, and we're not making a penny on that. And that's same with bandwidth. Bandwidth is also a straight pass-through cost. That's going to be 15 cents a gigabyte. And just to put that in perspective, if you're selling a full album download at 320 kilobits, at kilobit MP3s, you're talking about roughly about 4 cents to deliver that on the bandwidth side. So small fees, straight pass-through. We're not making any money, and those are the fees associated with it, outside, of course, of the various plans that we have. So if you go to topspinmedia.com/signup, you're going to see all of the different, all three different plans that we have. So there's the basic Topspin at $9.99 a month or $100 a year. We've got Topspin Plus at $49.99 a month or $499.99 a year. And then we also have the Topspin Enterprise plan, which is $999.99 a year. And basically the big differences are between Topspin and Topspin Plus are really the emails that you can send out. So Topspin is limited to 2,000 emails. So once you have more than 2,000 emails in your database, you're going to have to upgrade to Topspin Plus in order to send out email blasts. And also in Topspin Plus, you're going to be able to manage fan clubs and sell subscriptions. You're going to have restricted content, and you're able to do automated pre-orders, which I think are not included in the regular Topspin package. And then Topspin Enterprise, the Topspin Enterprise plan is going to include some enterprise features like sending email to more than 20,000 people, for instance, doing enterprise split accounting, and SoundScan reporting, OCC reporting. Those are things that actually have very real costs for us as a company, where we actually have to hire somebody that does the SoundScan reporting. It's a pretty manual process, as is doing split accounting. So on the split accounting side, if you were interested in doing, paying a promoter for tickets, paying a label for music, for instance, paying a merch company for merch, and splitting that all up on the back end, it's certainly possible through Topspin, but those really are enterprise level features that we only offer to Topspin Enterprise customers. We go back to the Topspin application just to continue on the fulfillment conversation. So as I said, by default, it's Topspin integrated fulfillment, and you can click on the fulfillment settings from within here and actually change it to self-fulfillment, or if you wanted to work with a third-party fulfillment company, we have many that we work with both here in the United States and also abroad. You can actually configure it to work with those fulfillment companies as well. So I think that pretty much does it for front end, back end of the application, um, how we make money, how the business works, all the integration points. It's worth talking very briefly before I take any questions. Um, how do people actually work with Topspin? So I kind of briefly touched on the integration points where if you're working with an outside developer or are doing things yourself, you can integrate from with people like StageBlock, Verb. You can use our Drupal and WordPress plugins, but we also have an ecosystem of partners that we work with that you can actually work directly with on your own, and we also have an internal agency called Topspin Pro Services that can actually do the work for you. Typically, for probably the clients that we're best known for, whether it's Interpol, Pixies, Lincoln Park, all those are actually run by Topspin Pro Services in conjunction with a label and a manager in a lot of cases. But the vendors that we work with on the Topspin Pro Services side, you can actually work with directly as well. So in the expert section of the website, you can look at all the companies that we work with. Eyes and Ears Entertainment, who I mentioned, Oniricom, who's been doing a lot, Rocket Science, Pius, all these different companies you can actually work directly with, and they're very familiar with Topspin, how it works, and how to get up and running. We also teach a course in our Santa Monica office every other week, which you can get to. I can't remember. Let's see. I think if you go to the FAQ and you sign up, let's see here. Where do people sign up? I can't. Huh. I'm gonna have to. The whole website is new to me, so as well as being new to everybody else. So I'm gonna have to go and look a little bit deeper. But somewhere on our website, you can sign up for the training courses. We sometimes offer them in New York. I know we've got some courses coming up in New York as well. Let me just look at see if this goes anywhere. Nope. Topspin training. Aha, here we go. So as you can see here, you can sign up for in-person training. It's just a one-day course that's offered in our Santa Monica location. We've got one coming up in London. We've got one coming up in New York as well, and another one coming up in Santa Monica. So we update these on an ongoing basis. If you'd like to attend, I highly recommend you do come in. It's just $50. We also have a course that's offered through Berklee College of Music. I know they're starting a new session here very, very shortly, I think in April. And this course is obviously, there's a fee associated with it. I think it's around $1,000, and is a really, really nice 12-week online course. If you're not a marketing expert, but you want to get the expertise and the know-how from people who are really experienced on the platform, this is actually a really great way to learn more about Topspin. It certainly doesn't take 12 weeks to learn how to use Topspin. But if you don't have the marketing background, it's very helpful in giving you that, in addition to helping you learn how to use the application. So I think that pretty much does it for how we work with people, how the application works on the front end, what it looks like on the back end. And now if you have questions, I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody. So please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. Any questions? Anybody? No questions? Really? Okay, Spinto Band, you have a question. Go ahead and ask in the chat window. Oh, wait. Feel free to use the chat window if you want to. Otherwise, you can just speak up. I think everybody can hear you. I did mute a couple of people. Sorry, Dina, you were feeding back pretty bad. Nobody? Spinto Band, you can speak up. I can actually hear you. You don't have to type it in. Could you go into more detail on the iPhone, iPad app things? Would this go through the iTunes Store? So I assume that you're asking about the functionality um, of the actual app that we have that allows people to scan um, tickets. Is that what you're talking about? Would we need an iPod app? No, you're not talking about that. Um, yeah, I can kind of hear you. Go ahead. Um, I think I understand what you're saying. If you're creating a custom application, you definitely need to have it, submitted to the iTunes store. And I'm kind of speaking a little bit out of turn here because we're not really, we don't develop applications for artists. We have the the iPhone application for barcode scanning for tickets. We also work with a company called Mobile Roadie that creates custom applications for bands, and that actually has that. Yep. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think you would. I don't think that you can or would even want to, if you could, distribute that app, alongside other physical and digital goods from your website. Like, in order to download any, at least to my knowledge, unless you have a jailbroken iPad or an iPhone, you would have to actually go through the iTunes store in order to make that available. So you would definitely lose out on the ability to bundle physical and digital goods with that, but at the same time, you could, as part of that application, integrate the commerce capabilities that are offered by Topspin into the application itself, which is exactly what Mobile Roadie does for the applications that they build for artists. To see a really good example of that, if you wanted to, there's a DJ Shadow application that's available from the iTunes Store. It's free, and that is integrated with Topspin. So if you wanted to see an example of it, that was built with Mobile Roadie. You could check that out. Yeah, they have it on lockdown. You definitely have to go through their store. Yeah, you're welcome. Good questions. Any other questions that anybody has?
Hey, Brad, it's Ben Allison.
Hey, Ben, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for all the information this minute. I had a quick question. I'm in the process of developing a new website, and I think I may have talked with you briefly about it. We're looking at Drupal as a possible kind of content management system, and I wondered if you thought that there were any problems in terms of Topspin functionality and integration into Drupal.
It's a great question. I would say no. There's not, unless you're using the very, very latest version. I think it's version. I don't. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think version 7 just came out, but version 6 is actually the one that most people want to use because it actually the newer version 7 actually gets rid of a pretty important part of the Topspin integration. I'm sure if you go to GitHub, it'll actually explain this a little bit more, where you can download the actual plugin. But to my knowledge, there are no inherent problems in using Drupal with Topspin, and it's really the main reason why we actually created or had a plugin actually created for Topspin. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. And actually, it's funny. Garrett emailed me this morning asking if I knew of any Drupal developers that could help you out. So we can talk offline about that and figure that out. So yeah, yeah, no problem. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you do think of anything, please feel free to email me. I'm just Brad at topspinmedia.com. And thanks everybody for taking the time to go through this today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really great rest of the week.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.